well, you guys would have had a good team if every one of your players would have showed up too.
Yeah.
But Steve here has won the second tournament and has a trophy bong from the second tournament. So we have a former champ against the current champ, and Solo's feeling a little intimidated by that. But you know, that'll just make it all the sweeter if you win, right? But I don't know if you're an underdog, because you got a pretty good team over there yet, buddy. So I'm going to repeat those options again. 98 members, 242, 842, or 1042. I'm going to get the champ's answer first. What's your guys' answer over here? 98? Well, I stumped them all. It was 242.
Oh, wow. Holy crap.
And, yeah, I don't mean to pick on the contestants all the time, but sometimes it's fun pointing out when people should know answers to certain questions. What's your card number, Steve? 320. When did you join the club?
Oh, yeah, Solo.
May 2001. This is March 2001.
Yeah, no, what
you could have
was,
picked
yeah,
the membership number you have.
Like
Almost. No, wait, no, you wouldn't have won. It was a bit lower than that. But anyway, Steve could have got that one. He just didn't dig it up.
Oh,
didn't dig it up. I knew it was close. I didn't look up what number you were, but anyway.
It was 318.
You know, here we go, folks. It's 0-0. No one pulled anything off there. And that admittedly was a pretty tough question, but not many of these are very easy, I would admit.
Oh, Sarah, do you want me to get you some water?
We've been selling cannabis products for 13 years now. Along the way, there's been a lot of good court decisions here and otherwise that has made cannabis more legal for people, and it's made them legal to have people grow for themselves and have people grow for them. In fact, a recent court decision just forced Health Canada to change the medical marijuana access regulations. Until recently, you could get a license to grow for yourself if you were sick, or if you couldn't, you could get a license for someone else and they could grow for you. They were called their designated grower. Now, designated grower can grow for 2 people. They've made a big change. The courts have struck down that regulation time and time again. But Health Canada is just kind of fighting tooth and nail, keeping the program to a minimum and stopping professionals like me from supplying thousands of people and forcing us to, legally at least, if we choose to go that route, supply 1 or 2 at a time. We've pretty much ignored Health Canada for the most part and just done what we want and what we need. The courts have backed us up. But Health Canada spent a lot of money. They've had a mine in Flin Flon, Manitoba, growing pot for years now. They got an office. It's the Medical Marijuana Access Division, the office of MAD, literally, is running Health Canada's programs. So we have to educate people about what they're doing and how it's all going. And we put a little bit of information in our pamphlet about them. Within $1 million, according to the Cannabis Buyers Club pamphlet, how much has Health Canada spent on the MMAR in the last 8 years? Has anyone read our pamphlet? Anyone that works there? Oh, I love answering or having questions for people that work for me that should know answers, because it's like they're being paid by this club. But you know, the ones that are members I can understand, and others that's okay. But I love digging in. Health Canada spent a lot of money, not as much as us. Well, no, sorry, more than us. Oops. I haven't sold as much pot cumulatively as Health Canada spent. How's that for a hint?
Oh, okay.
Health Canada spent more than I've been able to sell in the last 8 years. So, but it's been on bureaucracy. As far as I know, I'm actually selling more pot out of my store than Health Canada's selling across the entire country. Underestimate how long we've been using cannabis and how important it's been for a variety of different reasons. And I'll maybe give you some examples in a minute here while these teams are thinking of this. Many people have reported that cannabis has been used, especially hemp, for thousands of years. Within 500 years, no, let's say within 1,000. Yeah, let's give you 1,000. Within 1,000 years, that's a pretty good parameter. Give or take $1,000. Within 1,000 years, within 1 millennium, According to Carl Sagan, who's wrote a whole bunch of books, including, I think, The Garden of Eden or The Dragons of Eden. I should know that, but Dragons of Eden, that's what I thought. So according to The Dragons of Eden, a world-renowned book on the history of the planet, how many thousands of years ago was cannabis first domesticated? Apparently it was the first domestic crop. Well, I guess I should ask it last week for you then. It's not only something that's in Carl Sagan's book, but I teach a free lecture series at the University of Victoria, and I hand out a free handout every week. And this is the first handout on the history of cannabis, and I teach this lecture every year. The answer to this question's on the front page. Steve comes to film it, and Anthony comes to watch it all the time too. So I'm just picking things that these guys could know if they were paying attention and didn't smoke as much pot as they likely do. But I'm just tough like that, I guess, too. So you can buy this package for $3. That's kind of the photocopy cost. There's 22 lectures. We have on each lecture, there's a thing that I wrote on one column. There's a bunch of web pages on the other. And then on the back, there's a sort of bibliography and a bunch of quotes from books. It's all online. I prefer people to get it online and not waste the trees, but some people aren't online, so we make them in paper as well. But it's certainly, along with my textbook, is online too. But okay, here's my first guess. 20 big points within 1,000. How many years ago? 30. No, it wasn't 30,000 years ago. We were likely using it then, but it wasn't 30,000 years ago. That's a hint, I guess.
Yeah,
Oops.
I'll say.
But within 1,000. Let's take a guess, guys. Okay, I'm going to take that as a clap, and no, it's not 6,000. I guess between 6 and 30,000. So, oh, Petey's jumping in. What is it? 15. No, it's not 15. So you guys get one last guess, 10 points. How many years ago did we first start having domesticated crops and using cannabis? And I guess here's one thing for you to think about how we used cannabis hemp. Because the stalk, as well as THC, it's like an antibiotic and antifungal, so it like kills bugs and helps fight diseases and stuff like that. We used to take the hemp stalks from the field and weave them together to make a mat that would go on the floor of our little houses and stuff like that. So it would not only be the strongest fiber that we could find out there, so it would be the longest lasting mat possible, but it would also keep bugs down, like bed bugs. If you get bed bugs in your building at all, sprinkle pot stalks everywhere. Actually, if you guys are potheads, you probably have so much pot around already, you don't have to worry about bed bugs your entire lives. Because apparently, you know, I've heard a number of stories, but bed bugs and other bugs, you know, hate cannabis. They won't go around it. And so, you know, otherwise, that's something that we used to use hemp for, you know, rugs and stuff like that, mats in the old days, and it would keep our houses or homes, you know, cleaner and nicer. And that was long before it was domesticated, that's for sure. So, what's your guess here? 24,000. No, it's not 24,000. So I'm going to give you guys your 4 options again. Just say every point's going to count tonight, it seems like. So, is it 9,000 years, 12,000 years, 19,000 years, or 27,000 years ago? How many years ago did we first domesticate cannabis? 9,000, 12,000, 19,000, or 27,000 years ago? When did it all begin? Okay, I'm just going to go over here first. 19,000, 9,000. I'm just drawing blanks here tonight, folks. It's 12,000 years ago. 10,000 BC was when we first began growing domesticated crops in large numbers. So,
Ted's winning.
There will be points going out here in a few minutes, to be sure, but just not yet. So, tonight's 4th question.